Good evening, and it's great to have you with us. It's the final race of our inaugural Formula C Championship, race 12. We're heading to Azerbaijan. My name's Webbo, and joining me tonight for the first time on comms is driver extraordinaire Waitsy.
Man, you're too kind to me. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Like Webber says, welcome to Celeritas. Last race of the season, around probably my second least favourite track. So I'm kind of glad I'm not racing tonight. Azerbaijan. It's going to be a great race in prospect. Obviously, we have P1 in the Constructors wrapped up by BMW Sauber, but there is still potential for a battle between second and fourth tonight. So it should be a good race with plenty on the line.
Yeah, I mean, I've had Branch commentate on Formula C before, and he certainly got excited when things were happening with his team, which we'll forgive you for, but we're trying to present something relatively impartial. But talk me through how thick the plot is for P2, 3 and 4 in the championship.
Absolutely. So in P2 right now, we currently have Versace on, if you just bear with me one moment, 265 points. Come on, the boys. 23 points behind is Cyan Racing, and then in P4 we have OWP, a further 23 points back from those. So it's it would take, let's say, a disaster from the Versace boys to concede P2, but I think we pretty much got this nailed on. So come on, lads, you know how to do it. Let's get them on the podium.
Absolutely. It's an uphill battle for OWP tonight. I think, sadly, in their brand new livery, I think what's this livery? What is it? Race 12, livery 11 so far for OWP. They're only represented by Gogs tonight, so with a single driver, it's tricky. But anything can happen around these streets.
Absolutely. I mean, there's walls everywhere. There's very limited overtaking apart from the main straight. So, if you want to get the job done, you're going to have to make a bit of the odd lunge here and there, which could, front wings. Mechanics are going to be busy tonight. We'll just leave it at that much.
Yeah, absolutely. We hope to see all our drivers make it to the end because we are a little bit light. We're in the throes of the European Championship football, and people are probably socialising and getting plenty of drinks in between matches right now, or they're busy with myriad other things going on. I know a lot of our drivers have had exam season right now as well, so we're learning some lessons when it comes to scheduling our seasons, and season 2 will begin with the new game. So we're looking forward to scheduling that and getting everybody right at the very beginning of the game rather than towards the end when they're all experts at everything.
Absolutely.
So Storm's with us on the stream, even though I think he's not driving tonight. So Storm's here to support us before he goes off on a fabulous sounding holiday. Storm's saying that Dawidek is an alien around this track. He reckons a 136.9 incoming in qualifying.
Wow. That would be some lap, but we all know that Davidek is just an alien, full stop. This guy, his pace this season at times has been untouchable. But, it is Azerbaijan. Anything can happen. We don't know what the conditions are going to be like. If any of the drivers can hear us, can drop in the chat if you've got a second, if we're expecting any wet weather, anything like that in the race, it'd be brilliant. I think it would be nice to have a wet race to finish it off, especially around here. So,
yeah.
We just got to wait and see.
There's crisp dark shadows around the track at the moment as Branch is the first one out of the pits. So I think we're going to have a dry quali. BMW Oosterby is here cheering on his team as well, I'm sure. Who's your dark horse tonight?
You know what? My dark horse is probably going to be Pricey. Considering how quick Davidek's been, I reckon Pricey on his day can be a match for anybody. So,
and bring it to the finish?
Well, I'd like to bring it to the finish, or I'd like him to bring it to the finish, sorry. Although, like I said, Azerbaijan, full of walls, places to take your nose wings off left, right and centre. So,
yeah,
I'm going to go, I think my prediction, if I'm going to go for a prediction for quali, I'm going to go Davidek. thinking probably Pricey P2 and maybe Fry or Snarf P3. That's
interesting. Okay. I think that Tom will be pretty high up. Tom HC here. And I never want to discount a good friend Branch, who has terrific speed when he's going. And also credit to Branch, I've just noticed he's got a matching helmet to his car livery, which is good. What's happened to Versace tonight? Wait, see, Monarch seems to be the only one on track.
It certainly seems to be the case. I thought we were going to have both drivers tonight, but you know, Monarch, he's been a great teammate for me for the most of the season I've been able to race. He's got some great pace about him. I wouldn't count him out for a very strong finish here tonight.
No, absolutely. Looks like Ivan and Frypip are coming out in their outlaps on medium tyres right now. Just following along with Branch because he's the first one out there attacking the track in anger. So we'll follow him and see how he goes. And once we see the first round of times, perhaps we'll do a proper track guide. Locks up there into tricky turn 3. He's in good company this year though.
Oh, absolutely. So we've already had Ivan do one lap out on his mediums and coming. I think he's probably just done that as a sighter, so he'll be back out in the sub-turn June.
And what's your kind of pick of the strategy on a 50% race around here?
Around here, you're the wrong person to ask. I rarely race this track. I literally take this track as it comes, man. I personally hate running hard tyres, so I honestly prefer to two-stop if I had to run hards. But that's just my racing style. It's not a great one, you know, but it's effective for me.
Well, maybe Storm will give us some insight into his strategy. I can't actually remember how it went down in the earlier divisional races when we were here. But Branch is out there. I think he's leaving a little bit of a margin and trying to get a good safe banker lap in. We'll see him cross the line first of all through the DRS zone. It's a long old straight down to that start finish line, and a 140.8 is our first marker, immediately beaten by Monarch on a 38.3 as he shaves that turn 1 wall. Tom HC straight in with a 37.3, sorry, 37.6. That's pretty handy, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great first lap. You always want to get a good steady first lap in, and then you can always push on from there. Definitely.
Snarf with a 139.1, tidy but not spectacular. He'll be looking for more, I'm sure, as he comes through, and we'll follow along with, I think, Gogs in. Wow, that's. I don't have words for that.
Wow. I think that's the best word I can come up with for that livery is wow.
Oh dear, it's yellow and black stripes with lime green and magenta.
Way to put it out there. I'll say that. Way to put it out there. Certainly get noticed with that livery.
Yeah, that's horrendous. That's probably, if anything is to be commended, that's the worst yet. So I think, my goodness, I don't really want to follow him on the track in these colours, but Storm tells us that medium hard is the pick of the strategies around here, and Storm usually has a good eye on strategy. Dawadek he's just waiting in the pits. Has he agreed to stay at the back? Start from the back?
He may have done. Well, he's been out for one lap and come straight back in, so he may be agreeing for that. Mind you, he's got it all wrapped up. He can do what he likes, this guy, you know.
He has been having fun in Division 1 over the last few races, definitely.
So we've got Lankavas currently on the lap, just coming to Sector 2.
Yeah, I can't really look at OWP anymore. So, looks tidy through Sector 1.
Whoa, we've just fried peppers into the wall on his mediums. How he didn't retire there, I'm not too sure. But he's into the wall again. That's going to be a fresh front wing for him, as Davidek has retired. So he is going to go from the back.
Interesting.
Ooh, interesting.
Very interesting.
I like this.
Definitely. I wonder if Price is planning. I don't think Pricey is planning to do the same thing. He's He's on an outlap at least on mediums. We'll just keep following Lankavas. He's gone with bright green gloves to complement
the orange and the red.
Ooh, that was very close to invalidation, wasn't it?
Yeah, he pushed that. That's as far as you could have gone without actually invalidating your lap. So he's coming down the start finish line. DRS about to hit. There we go. What sort of lap time are we looking at here?
We'll just make a cup of tea while we wait down this straight.
Oh, it's actually a 40.3. Okay, so he's not going to be too pleased with that. So he'll be in fresh set of softs on and back out he'll be, I imagine.
Absolutely.
Fry's just making his way into sector 3 steadily. He'll be straight in the pits for a new wing. We've got
Josh out there, Tom's out there.
Pricey's just about to start a lap.
Oh, do you want to talk us through a Pricey lap then? Wait, see,
go on and let's
hang
go.
with him.
So he's crossed the start finish line. We're going to go into turn 1. Going to hit the brakes fairly hard down into second, third gear. Nice exit out of there. Power down into turn 2. He's got to get a good exit out of here to maximise DRS. Reasonably clean exit there. Full throttle now down into sometimes the very tricky turn 3, as I believe it was Carlos Sainz and Yuki Tsunoda found out a couple of weeks back.
Danny Rick was there as well, wasn't he?
And so was Danny Rick, yeah, absolutely. So it gets the best of them. A steady sector so far from Pricey on his medium tyres. 35.4, that's not too bad.
Rubs the wall on the apex there, doesn't he?
Just managed to get away with it. Looks like he's going to stay with the lap. And now coming into Castle section. My worst section on this track by far.
You and everybody, I think.
Oh. Charles Leclerc moments for me every race I come here, so. And he's just got it right on the exit. He's going to head down towards another tricky type of left-hander. Again, wall central. Let's see if he gets it right. Doesn't take too much curb.
Difficult to find the braking point around there,
it is.
I find, yeah.
Very difficult to find it. You know, if you're 10 yards, you're in the wall, 10 yards too short, you're going to hit the curb when you turn in and you're going to put it in the wall anyway. But it seems reasonably clean, tidy time from Pricey so far.
But unspectacular, I think, right now.
Unspectacular, yeah.
So
he's just going for a banker.
Good for his first lap. Probably get 3 flyers out of the session.
Maybe.
Not on his strategy.
Not on this strategy. No, if you went in and out straight away, yeah, you'd probably get 3 runs. So 40.3 from Pricey, fastest medium runner who set up, and actually the only medium runner to set a time right now.
Yeah, interesting. Branch is back out there attacking the lap, locking up the first 2 corners I've joined him for, as he's about to cross the timing beam half a second up through sector 1. So that will give him a lot of confidence. Bounces over the inside curve, heading towards that kind of open tulip structure in the background that we see lots on the TV. Nice line through the castle, look to me. Down to second. Powering out.
So I'm just keeping an eye on Monarch right now. He's not on Monarch, so we're all good. Back off.
Give us the Versace update. Branch is about to cross that second timing beam. At 1.1 under his time, as he slightly overcooks it on the way out. That's going to hurt all the way down the long straight, but he's got time to play with. This should see him jump up considerably. We will
going to have Snarfett behind him as well.
Excellent. Okay, we'll just stay with Branch. 1.1 seconds faster. That takes him straight up there to P4. I think he'll be pretty happy.
Great lap. Snarf has improved slightly to a 38.5, less than 2/10 behind Monarch, so it's starting to shape up now. If they can get round reasonably quickly, they'll get 1 more running.
Yeah, Tom. I don't think Tom improved on that lap. And you've got Monarch in second with Snarf third, Branch fourth, Gogs in fifth. You don't think Gogs is short for goggles, do you? And that's that explains the Explains the taste.
I did wonder this. I do race with Gogs in an alternate league as well, so I never actually asked him about that. So maybe we can maybe you can drop it in the chat and actually tell us what it stands for, or what it means.
That would be cool. Yeah. They did put out, Beetle and Gogs, I think, put out an appeal to anyone who fancied driving one of their cars for tonight's race as a guest driver. And I did say that it would be preference given to the colourblind.
Either that, or I'd have to put my darkest shades on possible, not get blinded like the sun.
Absolutely. Well, here's riding with Monarch, and this is a lesson in how to design a good livery with the same livery base, but this is pretty cool. Who was the designer for Versace? Wait, see.
Well, I didn't join until about 4 races in, so I couldn't really tell you that.
Okay.
To be quite honest, man, because obviously Shea was in here before me until his unfortunate ban from the league, I believe, was the case.
I don't think we talk about that, do we?
No, we'll sweep this under the carpet.
I'm glad we're not live. That's cool. We've got several past drivers and returning drivers joining us on the stream, so it's great to have Shenda here with us. It's fun. I think Josh is watching along as well.
Yeah, we got Josh. We got Jamie as well. What's up, Jamie?
Absolutely. So good to have everybody with us. Tell us who you're cheering on. Who are you here for? Who is your pick? It's always good to read other people's opinion, and of course if you spot something that we haven't spotted, let us know. Always useful. Monarch then on his fast lap, let's have a look. Got a nice helmet design, he's coordinated that as well. Looking pretty nice, very very close to the walls so far.
You have to run it this close to the walls around this track though, that's the best entry and exits. Unfortunately, you do dice with the wall on occasion, but if you get it right, boy, you can make up time.
Definitely. So perhaps missed the apex there through 6. Again, I wonder if his tyres have started to go off. He did look like he was pushing hard.
That was very close to the wall there.
So I don't know if this is going to trouble anyone. A little bit of traffic there, but Josh gets out the way very nicely. Good positioning. We'll get an update on how the lap is going relative to the main times very shortly. We've got Ivan having retired, Frypepper retired, and Dawadek. So those guys will definitely not be starting any higher than they currently are. Down to the last 3 minutes of qualifying before the checker flag, and yeah, this isn't going to happen for Monarch. I think he'll have time to get in and out, will he? I don't know what the kind of delay will be in the pits. Yeah.
Well, with him being the only one, hopefully if he doesn't get held up by traffic coming out, he should be able to get in and out. Very close though.
Well, Sam asks in the chat, who's the other commentator? I'm assuming that he means you, Waitsy, rather than me. But this is Webbo, and Waitsy's with us. Waitsy, one of our regular podium sitters in Division 1 and Formula C, and he's been threatening to join us for a number of weeks, and we finally got him nailed down. On a night when when you probably should have been racing or should have been around, but you weren't to know that Bruder was going to pull out last minute.
No, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't know, but you know, it's always good to jump in a commentary booth and change it up a little bit, you know.
Yeah, and you've been with us several times in the press conference afterwards as well. So
absolutely, 100%. Always up for a good chat. Can never go wrong. So looks like all the guys bar 2 are now making their way out on track. All going to be
about to get busy.
Furiously, they're very busy. Let's just hope no one gets in each other's way. We want clean laps, guys.
Well, I'm going to follow along with Tom. He's just warming the tyres at the moment. You can pick Tom or someone else to follow along with and see if anyone's setting the timing screens alight. Branch 4th,
sure.
Gogs 5th, Pricey 6th, and Lankabas 7th right now. Field spread quite strong. 37.6 to a 40.3 at the moment. Josh yet to set a time, and I think he's gone out there on the medium, so perhaps looking to have a good strategy option here.
Well, with sort of little drivers, the mediums actually isn't. If you can get up to like P5, P6, that's actually not a bad strategy at all. You know, you haven't lost too much in terms of track position, and you're going to have the longevity of the medium tyre to run after the soft guys have come in. So in theory, if Josh can put in a really good lap here.
Well, he goes 46.2 right now.
That's just his warm-up lap. He's all good. At least I'm not on circuit now to hit him, so it's all good.
Oh, bringing up bad memories. Yeah, Tom's about to cross the timing beam for the first lap. He is under his time, nearly 2 tenths. So he's not slacking. He's out there ready to go and really attacking this lap. So we'll stay with him and we'll keep an eye on anybody else as much as we can.
Yep.
Oh, that was so close to the wall. I'm sure he brushed the second part of Castle there.
It's amazing how close you can run, man.
That was a Code Brown moment for me, that one. And down, skipping over, big jump for the car. I wouldn't be surprised if all 4 wheels left the circuit over that curb. And I think still slightly under the time. This is a fireworks lap from Tom. Absolutely nailing this one, and perhaps slightly over the top. But let's see if he can dip below the 37.6, extend his lead. He does not. Very, very slightly. It was just a little problem coming out of the last corner, I think.
So we've got Snarf, who I believe is 2.5 tenths up, coming down the main straight, as he had a good exit through the final couple corners.
Nothing to do here, is there? Just foot to the floor.
Hope for the best. What are we going to get?
Oh,
38.1. Great lap from Snarf there.
Good stuff. So he gets himself on the front row, but Monarch is out there, just in sector 2. We'll just see him cross the sector division, and we'll see if he's on track to get under. He is slightly under his time. He needs to pick up more than a tenth, though. Coming out of there, that was wide.
Very wide. Come on, Monarch, bring it home, man.
Definitely.
Pricey jumped up to P3, 38.2. I've just noticed.
Wow,
that.
Pricey from nowhere. Yeah,
Absolutely
he was nowhere at the start, and P3 for him. I didn't see his time. I didn't see Monarch's time.
I didn't see it. I think he's stayed P4. I think it was a slight improvement, but not enough to top Pricey's last gasp lap there. So good lap from Pricey to end.
Awesome stuff. So take us through the grid. Wait, see if you will.
Absolutely. So we have Tom P1 with a 37.6. That's a great lap. Snarf P2, Pricey P3, Monarch P4, Branch P5, Lankavas P6, Gogs P7, Josh last of the time runners in P8. Then we have Ivan, Fry Pepper, and Davidek starting from the back. I'm interested to see what Davidek's strategy is going to be right here.
Absolutely.
He could go a bit adventurous, because obviously he's wrapped it all up. The championship for BMW Saab was all wrapped up and ready to go. So he could have a bit of fun here. You know, you could see 2 stops, 3 stops, 4 stops. You know.
So what kind of points difference does Cyan Racing need to manage to overlap Versace? Because they're on the front row and they've locked it out tonight.
They have. So it's I believe it was 23 points difference between the two.
Not impossible. It's looking very strong for them, isn't it?
It's not impossible at all. I mean, obviously Monarch's running solo tonight, so fingers crossed he can, bring it home on the podium. I think that would secure P2 for Versace.
I'm assuming that looks like sunset on the pit lane. We haven't heard about a weather update. Tom has given us a quick update here to say, he caught a little bit of wing damage, which was presumably through Castle, where I saw him hit the wall. Brush the wall, I'll say kindly, but they're actually in a party with each other, the Cyan Racing.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Well, Cyan Racing, really, they could well do with working together here to block out Versace.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, this is where it comes into play, teamwork.
And that's what we created Formula C for, was to give that sense of team spirit and give a different dynamic to the racing.
Yeah, 100%. So it's interesting to see that Davidek, he's going to go for the medium tyre, so I presume this is probably going to be medium hard for Davidek. So depending on how long he can drag out with those medium tyres, we also got Fry Pepper and Ivan and Josh who qualified on those.
Yeah.
And the rest of the guys obviously on the soft tyre. So I'm not overly sure of the tyre deg on this track. It's a bit of a tricky one for me to remember, but
I can see it being a difficult challenge for Dowdek to be patient enough to look after those tyres on the first couple of laps.
Well, he's going to want to try and get up the field as quickly as possible. You don't want the soft runners to get too far ahead.
No, agreed. He'll certainly want to be the head of the medium runners.
Absolutely.
Pretty quickly through, but it's a kind of first lap nutcase happy hunting ground, this one.
It is, yeah.
So it's something to just bear in mind. We don't want to see loads of DNFs with 11 starters tonight.
Yeah, come on, boys, keep it clean, keep it tidy. You know, we don't want to end up with 5 drivers at the end here.
No. It kind of looks like Goggs has driven into a safety warning sign factory and just seen what's stuck.
Yeah, it's like he's driven through a branch of his local Halfords in the paint section.
There's a sort of wet floor, no parking kind of vibe to it.
Absolutely not.
Toxic, definitely. Contrast that with Blaze Motorsport just ahead, which is very tasteful colour scheme.
I do like Lankovacs's colour scheme, but I've got to be honest, I think Versace, not plugging my own team, but I think we've probably got the best delivery that's on the grid right now. But it's going to be interesting to see what the guys come up with next season if we do it again.
Yeah, and we'll have different bases and different colour schemes to try and organise a new livery.
Absolutely.
There is a question in one of the sections of the Discord asking at the moment for votes as to whether or when we bring back Formula C. So if you've got an opinion, proffer it in there. I think it might be in the ideas channel. It looks like FedEx is here watching as well. We're ready to get going, and we are about to hit the green flag. Driver's getting ready. I hope we keep this camera angle. It's pretty sweet. So got 5 red lights. It's lights out and go at Formula C in Azerbaijan. A jump start penalty for Fry Pepper immediately as Pricey jumps. Cyan Racing straight up into second place, and the second Cyan of Snarf dropped back down again. He's currently battling with Lankovas. Looks like drafting up the back straight pretty nicely at the moment. Fairly evenly spaced. There looks to be a little bit of action there between Snarf and Goggs. Maybe Snarf's got something of a problem, finding himself so far back as Dowdek has made it up to P8 if the grid is to be believed, and I think it is. What have you found on there, Waitsy? What did you see?
That was a very clean start considering. Didn't see any major contact from my POV. Dowdek, great start. Up to P8 already. He's exactly where he wants to be. He's now going to try and start working his way if he can through the soft runners. Unfortunate at the start there for Fry Pepper with the jump start. He's probably going to want to serve that sooner rather than like, oh, who's just hit the wall? I think Ivan's just hit the wall through Castle, but no damage. I think he got away with damage on his front wing. I think it was the rear right that he caught through Castle there, so I think he's all good.
Very interesting that Fry Pepper caught that jump start. He must have jumped and then stopped because he hasn't gained any places as a result. You can see the grip difference that Lankovas is enjoying relative to Dowdek on the different tyres through the first section here, first section of the race. Dowdek appears to drop back behind Goggs, or Goggs and Snarf reversed each other, but one way or the other. The order on lap 1 is Tom from the quick starting Pricey followed by Monarch Branch, Lankavas, Snarf, Gogs, Dawadek up to 8th. Josh, Frypepper and Ivan make out our current runners. Let's hope they stay that way.
Well, just waiting for the timer screens on my side to reset itself. Yeah. Currently I've got Dawadek P1. that was an amazing move from me to P1 in one corner.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it looks like it's been a great start from Tom. He's got himself into turn 1 ahead, and to be honest, at the moment, he just looks like he's going to pull
a little bit of side-by-side action as Snarf sneaks up the inside of Lankavas, and Lankavas is really struggling to get the car out of the corners. I think he's got cold tyres and is trying to get back round again. So yeah, not too many dramatic starts there. We saw Dawadek has gone up 3. Snarf, we saw have that real bogged down issue off the line and drop 3 places, but we know he's got strong pace, so it'd be interesting to see if he can he can make up some places as they go through. We'll just check out Monarch as he's heading down the back straight behind Pricey, and he's within a good margin to try and get a draft. See, I think he might well get a good drive out of the final corner here. Currently 4/10 behind Pricey, and a better drive off the last corner, at least to my eye.
Yeah, both got reasonably the same ERS levels as well, but it looks like Monarch's got a great slipstream here.
Yeah, it's tricky to get through those left-rights, following closely.
Snap's lost it through the fast left sections. He's gone very slowly down the pit straight. I'm not sure what's happened to Snarf there. I've just missed that. I think he's coming into the pits. He must have damage.
Wow. Okay. So Monarch struggling to get overspeed relative to Pricey. Got caught up, went alongside, got the inside line, and Pricey just switched back and managed to take the place back. But now Monarch gets DRS down the back straight and will catch right up behind him. He'll do well here, Waitsy, just to be patient for the next long straight.
Absolutely, I'd have thought so. There's no, if you can stay within DRS of the guy in front, there's no need to go risking it through the twisty tighter parts of the section. Wait until the DRS straights, and you know, just make sure you get the best exit you can.
Did you do a good team briefing before the race tonight to keep him abreast of the points difference and the mission in front of him?
To be honest, I've not really spoken to the boys since last week. Like I say, I've been had quite a busy week personally away from the track, so you know, I wish them good luck beforehand. Obviously, I thought they were both racing, but you know, Monarch can bring this home.
Yeah, we think so. So this is still your closest battle on the track. We're about to head down to the final corner, so I am fully expecting Monarch to not do that. That was astonishing.
If there was any proof of the commentator's curse, it's right there.
I didn't even finish my sentence to issue forth said curse. That was brilliant. Monarch providing a brilliant moment at the end of our season there. He's able to not quite get Branch, who's thinking that birthday and Christmas have come in June. That was something else. All he had to do, Waitsy, was exit that corner and press the DRS.
Yeah, but it's so easy just getting on the gas that little bit too early. You spin their ears up. You know, it's so easy. Oh, and Ivan's gone.
That's gonna not. I imagine so. There's no reason why anyone would retire voluntarily. There's points for all drivers that finish.
In the pits.
Wow. Okay,
in the pits.
We've got a yellow flag, so I hope Ivan will be able to let us know what went down, if he's in a good enough mood after it, whatever it was that happened. But Monarch getting impatient now through the castle section, just pressuring Branch, trying to go around the outside on the entry to the castle. That's not going to work. Really,
some damage.
Well, you think the way he's struggling to get out of the corners, he did make contact with the wall on the outside of, on the inside of the exit of, is it turn 16, the last one?
Could be. And in the meantime, this has allowed Dawadek to close right into the back of this group. He's going to be rubbing his hands at the thought of getting past all of these guys right now, especially.
Absolutely.
He's right up behind Lankavas right now.
Yes, let's watch from that perspective. It looks like Monarch just struggling as well. I think Monarch is going to get by with DRS, and looks like Dawidek behind him as well.
Yep.
Branch pitting on lap 5.
Oh, hang on. Did he just go into the pit lane wall there? It was very,
I was
very
concentrating on the drivers with DRS, so maybe so.
Oh, well, no, we haven't got to change the front wing. I think he got away. He was very wide coming into the pit lane entry there.
Wow. Well, he got away with that one, and Dawidek currently P4 on the favoured medium tyre. I wasn't actually expecting the softs to require changes on lap 5.
Not quite yet. Yeah, not quite yet. Normally, I believe they normally go to about lap 7, maybe lap 8 at push. Branch, when he pitted, he came and put a set of the medium tyres on, and Lankavas has gone for a set of the hard tyres. So this makes me think that Branch could be looking at a 2-stop.
Yeah, interesting. So Dawidek, say up to P4, 4 lap old mediums. He's really in a great position here tonight. I must say that all our drivers have, I think pretty much all our drivers have driven Azerbaijan within the Celeritas divisional seasons, with perhaps the exception of Josh and Fry.
Potentially, I think that's about right.
They tend to be fairly experienced league racers anyway, so it's certainly no surprise what the track is each week.
No,
they've known for many weeks, so they can work out their strategies. I wonder, would tyre wear be a possible excuse for Monarch's snafu there on the way out of the final corner?
Possibly. I mean, obviously, when the soft tyres wear down a little bit, especially going through high-speed corners like that, it is going to make a difference. There's Dawidek going to have a late lunge down here into turn 1. Pricey's pitted.
Dawidek does head down into turn 1, and Monarch was, I think, caught in 2 minds, whether to defend on the outside or switch back, and ended up achieving neither.
Oh, that's a shame.
Big shame.
Pricey has fitted a set of hard tyres, so he's going to be going to the end, or hoping to go to the end on this set.
I think that's a long hard stint to try and get to the end on 20 plus laps, but Tom might be able to make it work. He's got a 10-second lead over Dawidek and the rest of the field close behind. So that's Dawidek's mission at the moment, is to close up to the back of Tom, because they are both in a situation of having 1 pit stop left to make, we imagine.
We think so. As while that was going on, Josh came into the... Oh, what's happened to Josh? He's locked up going into turn 2. He's gone off into the runoff. Oh, right. He's all right. He's back on the track. He's literally just come into the pits for a wing change and a set of soft tyres. So that's not... this race hasn't gone to plan so far for Josh.
No, but we've seen that before with Josh, and he can enact a really strong recovery race if he's of a mind to. So don't write off Josh just yet. Anyone watching, I'm sure, will agree if they've seen him race before. I know he came from the back in the last race in France and ended up on the podium. So very handy.
Sector 2. Oh, Lankavas just coming out the castle section. He's put it round, and he's got major damage to that front wing. He has barely any front right, and a very smashed front left.
Got a kind of half a front wing at most there, really. It made up of jigsaw pieces at the moment.
And Tom's been in the pits. Tom's literally just come out of the pits now. He's fit a set of hard tyres.
I wonder if Tom saw that yellow flag and took a chance on a safety car pit stop.
It's not quite worked, as we see Fry Pepper's just gone past Pricey down the main straight into turn 1.
Beautiful.
And Monarch's just come out the pits onto hards as well behind these two.
Yeah, just catch a glimpse of them. Absolutely. And behind Monarch is Branch, also having pitted, but he's put mediums. So as you rightly mentioned earlier, must be on a 2-stopper.
I thought so.
Looks like an aggressive sprint kind of race for Branch. Is that you would favour here a probable 2-stop?
For me personally, yeah.
Just to stay off those hards.
Absolutely, yeah. As Lankavas retires in the pit lane.
Oh,
so
Lankavas.
Down to 9 drivers.
Come on, guys. At least I'm not on my own. I've done a race where I commentated on a group of less than 10 drivers. So, and that's a challenge. Let me tell you.
Absolute challenge. Yeah. Well, we've got a couple of close battles going on. We've got Pricey just under half a second behind Fry Pepper, and we've got the Branch the same, just behind Monarch. So these four guys are, you know, they're not too far away from each other. So this could build into quite a good little battle. This.
Yeah, and this is going to really harm Cyan Racing's mission here to try and overlap Versace in the standings. If Dawidek and Pricey are going to get in the middle of the podium potential, it's really going to mess up
their outlook. Yeah, absolutely.
So are you in a strange situation of cheering on Dawidek and Pricey tonight?
Absolutely. Come on, boys. You know, keep them out. You know, come on, Monica, you can get past Pricey.
Pricey has got DRS and he is getting by, but it's fairly pedestrian for a DRS pass. Little bit of contact.
Oh, he's hit the wall.
Yeah, he did. And Monarch's turned around, I think, just behind them. As he was defending on the inside, he got a half spin.
Oh, come on, boys, settle down, bring it home.
We definitely want to see these 9 drivers get to the end, because yeah, suddenly the gaps have opened out with those incidents.
As Josh puts in the fastest lap of the race on his fresh set of soft tyres with a 41.8.
So again, a 2-stopper for Josh, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, I think it's probably going to be a 3-stopper. Well, we'll see. You know, what he's hoping for now more than anything is a safety car.
Yeah.
So I think, to be honest, all the guys will be, except obviously Dawidek. I mean, actually, it'd be perfect for Dawidek. He could get in fit of hard tyres and go to the end.
Well, typically Dawidek and safety cars do not get along. There looks to be a little bit of debris there, and I think Fry Pepper's just gone wide in the castle section, just lost it on the exit, and suddenly found him ghosting in the runoff area.
Front right end plate's missing. Front right end plate is missing.
So it's really dramatic race for the Fawn GP guys tonight.
Everyone's going through the mill tonight, man. You know, still 9 drivers left. Let's hope we can keep them in. But mechanics are going to be kept very busy changing these front wings.
Monarch's managed to catch in the twisty section, technical section of the lap. Monarch's managed to catch Branch really well and got back into DRS distance. So he'll get DRS down this straight. He's a long way back right now. I don't know if he'll have enough overspeed to launch one. No, he's not quite got it. But remarkable recovery there after his turn 1 from the previous lap to get right back to the back of Branch here.
Fry Pepper, as we expected, has hit the fresh wing, and I presume the hard tyres now.
Yeah.
Yep, hard's going on. Monarch
trying to make a move here. Branch is defending to the inside on turn 3. Oh, that was tight. Fry Pepper saying he just woken up just before the race.
Okay.
So obviously wasn't busy with any other sporting events going on
beforehand.
No.
it's coming home.
In fairness, Wacy did warn me that might slip out from occasionally. Sort of Tourette's-like there moment from Wacy.
That's the first one. It's fine. I get one.
Monarch is staying with Branch. He's being a bit more patient this time. He's definitely got more pace through the technical section, but I don't know, maybe Branch has favoured a top speed setup here.
Well, he's stuck in the dirty air as well. You know, his best chance of getting by here is the main straight and the second DRS straight out turn 2. The rest of the lap is pretty much stuck behind him, so he needs to line up either one of the 2 big long straights and hopefully get the pass done. He's looking a little bit closer this time though.
He is. Less than half a second, and it's coming down every time it ticks over. So this must be it for Monarch. Goes to the inside, and not much Branch can do about this one. He's going to try and fight it around the outside. He is fighting back, but around the outside of turn 2 isn't going to help you. Can they stay together? They do. They touch.
Oh! This is brilliant, Ray.
This is fantastic stuff. Branch regains that place. I think he's going to defend. He doesn't defend, actually. Did he get DRS?
I think he must have got DRS because he seemed
locked
to have
up.
to overspeed that.
And yeah, misjudged his braking slightly, just stayed away from the wall. as this staunch defence from Branch, he hangs on to 4th place. This is remarkable. It does look like right now the hard tyres are working much better for Monarch than the mediums are for Branch. This isn't helping Branch's strategy, which is a sprint 2-stopper.
Oh.
A bump and run from Monarch. Doesn't quite pull it off, but it's going to raise Branch's heart rate even further.
It's amazing how close they can get to the wall through Castle and not clip it.
Definitely. Yeah, I think Monarch's showing signs of a little impatience at this point.
He's just got to keep his cool, pick the right time, and maybe he can readjust for turn 1 this time around if he gets close enough. Just if he has to ease Branch out wide a little bit more, but Branch looks like he's got a reasonable gap as Davidek is in.
So 10 laps look to be about the life for those mediums then.
It seems to be. Set the hard tyres going on as we expected, and he's underway again. Good clean pit stop there. Now how far behind Tom is he going to be?
Looks like Monarch struggling on the way down the straight here. Branch appears to be regen going on, so didn't have as much to fight with. I wonder if these guys have spent their ERS. Let's take a look.
I think Monarch has 50% and Branch is rocking about 15, so
yeah.
Monarch really needs to use his ARS to get by here. Oh, he's gone for a move. He's on the outside. Oh,
he's expecting Branch to just yield, and well,
he got it.
He did get the job done. Let's see if he can make use of that speed he's got in this section of the lap, just to get far enough away from Branch. So current order is Tom in 1st place after Dawadek's pit stop. Should both be pitted to the end, but Dawadek has a 13-second deficit to make up, and we've got Pricey in 3rd. Monarch, as you see on screen, 4th, with Branch close behind, but not as close anymore. It does look like he's driving away here. We've got Gogs in the hideous OWP tonight. Do let us know in the chat, have you seen a worse livery? They've definitely saved the worst till last tonight. And Snarf in 7th with Josh and Fry right now about halfway through, having pretty awful race for Fawn GP.
It seems to be. It's just not quite worked out right now. I mean, both guys have been at the pits for wing changes, so it's unfortunate, but this track can do this to you. You know, all it takes is one slip, one lock up, one little tap, and you're in the wall. There's no room for forgiveness here on this track.
Looks like Monarch has got away. He's managed to unlock that speed. The next battle I'm focusing on is Snarf, and it's just occurred to me, you don't think Gog's inspiration for this livery was the telemetry screen, do you?
Well, you never know. I mean, whatever floats your boat, you know.
We've got a question from Baza on the chat. It says, what does Josh have to do to win the championship tonight? Now, we were focusing on the team championship.
Actually, have a look at it.
Thank you. Just watching Snarf driving all over the road to try and distract Gogs. Gogs obviously eyes forward right now. I'm sure he'll be keeping an eye on those little white or red triangles as they appear on his chevrons as they appear on his screen to show Snarf dodging around. But I do anticipate this next straight will be Snarf's best opportunity.
So if I'm reading this right, as it stands, Beetle is currently in the lead of the championship.
8's complete wall smash from Gogs under pressure from Snarf. It happened off camera while we were watching him, but he's driving a Formula Ford right now with 0 front wing.
0 wing. And we've got a VSC. So this is Davidek's in.
Interesting.
Davidek's ditching these hard, so he's probably going to try and run the mediums till the end. Yeah,
that's fairly brave, given that he
front wing change.
So he must have hit the wall as well for Dawadek. So an interesting tactic, given that he only got 10 laps out of them the first stint.
This is going to be very close.
Gog's heading into the pits due to his own safety car incident. Someone in the pits ahead of him. Is that Branch?
Snaff. We've got Snaff and Branch in the pits. Branch has gone on to a set of mediums as well.
Well, this is going to be challenging to get 13 laps out of these medium tyres.
Absolutely.
But a nice cheap pit stop, I think. Certainly that worked out well for Branch. Not fully for Gogs, though he doesn't really have a right to take advantage of his own VSC, does he? I wonder what happened there.
However, has opened the field up quite considerably. Now we don't have any cars within 4.5 seconds of each other.
Yeah, I was hoping to ignore that for now.
Sorry, Webb.
So it's a good time for everyone on the chat to let us know how the weather is there today. What did you have for tea? Well, I'm sure this is going to liven up towards the end with Pricey and Dowdek on a Stormer. Tom trying to limp these hard tyres home as well. So different strategies and how they play out is definitely going to be the way towards the end of this race. But if you've got questions, comments, observations, jokes, do let us know in the chat while we try and watch for some of these gaps to shorten down a bit.
Again, what we would really like is a safety car, but no one to retire. So if you can figure that one out, boys,
that would be good.
That would be good.
So you were saying about the championship with Beetle at the head of the championship right now?
Absolutely, yeah. So we have Beetle at the head of the championship. He is currently on 138 points. We have Tom in second, 5 points behind on 133, and Josh, I believe, is in third on 126. So he is 12 points behind Beetle as it stands.
But with Tom in between him, who's currently heading for a podium.
Currently leading the race,
yeah.
And obviously Beetle isn't here tonight. So Tom is in a great position, frankly, to win the championship.
He is, absolutely, and no surprise there. Beetle's done it by consistency. Tom is where he is by raw pace. He's
absolutely.
He's definitely one of the fastest drivers, and I can't wait to see him on the length of a Celeritas divisional season. If we can get that arranged with the likes of Dowdek, Shender, I think is due to come back to us.
That'd be great to see Shender back.
Definitely good to see Shender, Julian even, and see these guys. But how much of a reset do you think the new game is gonna be for everybody?
I think it's going to be a huge reset. I mean, personally, in my opinion, how this game drives, for me, I think it's spot on. They don't really, for me, need to change too much. But with a new game, there's always going to be new way how it feels. Setups are going to be a different way of going. As we've got, is that Pricey into the pits already?
It is.
8 laps on his hard tyres.
He's not enjoying them.
Has he got damage? Has he got damage?
Let's check it out. Yeah, front wing change.
He does.
Another brush with a wall, presumably from Pricey. I was watching along with Tom, just easing the car around. He's not pushing particularly hard, but he doesn't need to at this stage. What he needs to do is preserve the tyres and make his strategy work.
Absolutely, just keeping it on track, keep it clean, no clipping the walls, risking your front wing, and he can bring this home. He could probably drive, knock it down into lane and run around in lane for the rest of the race.
That does mean Monarch right now is up into second place.
Yes, Monarch. Come on, boy. P2, bring it home, man. You can make this go. You can make this last.
The game reset is going to be pretty strong and pretty interesting, because I know that Dowdek had a really difficult patch. Even at the start of our season in kind of March, April time, he wasn't happy with his pace, and it's taken him probably 8-9 weeks to get to the kind of pace level that he is right now.
Absolutely.
And you wonder just how these new cars, this new game is going to work out for everyone. What I'm hoping for is setups to be a real challenge for each track, and not just be a kind of default values for most tracks with a change of wing.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. Oh, hang on. We've got a yellow sector 2. Is this Gogs? Gogs is round at Castle, I believe. Yeah. He's binned it through Castle. I think he's probably hit the inside wall as he's come round, spanned the back round. He's back underway again.
Doesn't look too dramatic on the damage front. I just managed to check out Pricey, who is driving at the moment behind Branch after that second pit stop. So Pricey on the hunt down for Branch. He's hoping to get into DRS in the next corner. I think he's on target too with slightly newer mediums, but Branch did only just pit during that virtual safety car we had.
He just missed DRS down the strip, but he's going to be well within when he comes down to the main straight if he doesn't get him beforehand.
Absolutely, just driving through Branch's tyre smoke there through turn 3.
But yeah, for me in terms of the next game, I'm looking forward to seeing if they're going to make any track modifications, anything like that. You know, there's talk of them altering a bit of Spain through Sector 2 into Sector 3. You know, I'm not sure if they're bringing the Turkish Grand Prix to the game, but I'd really like to see it.
It's been a while since I've played on the Turkish track, and it's mighty.
Yeah, it'd be great fun, especially the way, you know, the races have been in F1 and in real life. You know, the races there that they've held have been fantastic, so I'd really like to see that track in the game.
Yeah, I know that Portimao and Imola are slated and certainly in development.
That's good to hear.
But,
I think Price has just cut the wall again.
He has just brushed that wall and completely undone the progress he's made through this lap. I think he will hold on to DRS. It's currently 8-9 tenths behind, so he should still get DRS down here. Branch be begging that gap to open out, but I think,
I think he's got it.
Just make it done. Out. Yeah. Just past the line on the track at 1.04, I think it was. So Pricey, good sector 3 for him, fastest of the race so far, but not enough to make up for that brush with the wall.
So he just needs to reset himself, take a breath. He's in DRS down this straight now, so close back into the back of Branch, and he should get the job done into the start of the next lap.
Absolutely.
Branch seems to be struggling a little through Sector 2 from what I've been seeing. The odd lock up here and there. I know his mediums are only a couple of laps older, so... But yeah, Pricey's closed right up onto the back of him again. He's within half a second now.
He is. I do wonder what kind of a setup Branch is running, because he's been locking up frequently through these 90-degree corners. He's obviously had fair amount of battling. Was that a nudge on the wall again for Pricey?
Just missed that, I'm not sure.
We just cut to a strange onboard, and there was a bit of a shudder as he went through the first left of the castle. But he's going to catch him before the final braking zone here, so he's going to run into the back of Branch in a minute, which we hope is not something that's going to happen, but certainly looking very, very close. Looks like this is a done deal for Pricey. Dirty air through this section. I find that really tricky. Yeah, and you see him sliding.
Sliding.
Nice catch from Pricey, but he's ruined his momentum again.
And whilst that was going on, Gogs again span at the castle. He's not having a good race at all, Gogs. Well, I don't know, is his race about the same as his livery? Is he coppering his livery tonight? I'm not too sure.
It's certainly doing something to his eyesight, isn't it? Sam comments that do you think he got fed up of his livery and is just trying to sort of knock parts of it off the car? It's a possibility.
It is well a possibility. Oh, Branch Pricey is past Branch.
Yeah, he is into turn 3. Got the job done. Finally gets by, and we'll be able to drive a little bit calmer now, I imagine, although we have already seen Branch not giving up easily on a place that's just been lost tonight.
Well, if he can keep it within DRS, he might have an outside chance going down into turn 1, but it looks like Pricey's just going to pull away from him now.
Yeah,
he's 1.1 ahead, so yeah, that should be position done.
We'll keep an eye on that gap as well for Dowdek, because I think it was significantly bigger before we started watching Pricey. Yeah,
a lot in the last couple of laps. You know, in another 3 laps, he's going to be on the back of Monarch. Just depends on how long he can get out of that medium tyre.
It absolutely does. I think it's going to be a bit of a Perez run for him to the end to get 13 laps, but hey, stranger things have happened, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And the track will be rubbered in, although we've only got 9 runners, so only half of the amount of rubber going down. But a good capacity crowd, it looks like, in the background.
Well, there's got to be a capacity somewhere, so it's nice to see some crowds out and about for a change.
Absolutely. Although personally, I still feel pretty uncomfortable looking at large, crowded groups of people enjoying a sporting event. I tend to just think it's better to see large gaps in the seats.
I hope you didn't see the. I hope you didn't watch the England game before this then. Oh man.
No.
There are 45,000 people there tonight apparently.
I did catch something on the news, which was an image of the capacity Wimbledon crowd applauding the NHS workers, which I thought was staggeringly ironic.
Davidek's picked up a 3-second time penalty.
So he has. Track limits, it looks like,
wow,
in
that's
the early part of Sector 2, definitely. Do you think these tyres are... It's a bit early, isn't it?
It's a little bit early. I mean, it does look like he's pushing. He's still got plenty of ERS there, and the gap has come down another second in the last lap.
Well, he's not a fan of the turn after the castle, because he just completely eliminated it and drove straight across. He obviously knows a hack on that corner, because I'm sure it was all 4 wheels past the apex and made it work without a penalty. So maybe he's taking warnings at this point.
I think so, yeah. Mind you, it might cost him in the long run. I mean, he's only 2.2 behind Monarch in front, but with that 3 seconds extra, that could come vital at the end of the race here. Monarch can make those hards last, and Davidek can make those mediums last. I mean, he's got 6 laps to go, which means there'll be, 12 laps all at the end, and he only did 10 laps on his first set, so this is going to be a very interesting finish, certainly for the podium guys. See if anyone else can do anything about it,
So Davidek's going for a last to podium challenge. A last to first against someone like Tom on track would be pretty unexpected, I would have thought. But looking to go last to second and to stop it.
That'd be a great achievement if he can do it. I mean, he's only 1.6 behind.
Absolutely.
I'm just concerned of his. He's locked up going into Castle. Concerned about his tyre life. Can he get those mediums to the end at this pace? If it was Jeff in his, he'd be like, right, we need these tyres to get to the end of the race. He's like, yes, but I want to catch the guy in front. That's why we ignore Jeff. We don't like Jeff.
I have turned Jeff onto essential only.
That's probably the best thing to do.
And I have to say, I really like the voice command.
Yeah, that's a great little addition.
Asking what the weather is over the PlayStation camera is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a nice little addition. Hopefully they can build on doing a bit more with it in the next game.
Yeah. Well, Davidek is now 1.7 seconds back, and he can see Monarch through just about every corner. So he'll start to get an idea where Monarch is strong and where he's less strong. Already start to line up his big move.
Another gap we have coming down is Snarf to the back of Frypepper. That gap seems to have been coming down loads in the last lap or two. He's now only 2.2 behind, so another battle potentially developing as Pricey's in the pits again. He's gone to the soft tyre.
Okay, well, the soft should get to the end, and he'll probably be looking for fastest lap.
Lightning fast at the end. Yeah. No punt for Lightning. You're not that quick.
Lightning is with us in the chat, which is cool to see as well. But yeah, none of his Audi team made it to the grid tonight. I'm not quite sure what that was about. Maybe he can let us know where Motorsport Audi got lost on the way to Azerbaijan.
They probably got lost going around the track, to be honest.
It's a good chance. Good chance. Maybe they made it to Turkey instead and couldn't cross the border, or found themselves somewhere in the darkest Mongolia. But
I just watched Davidek there take a huge slice out of that corner.
He really likes that line. That's a qualifying line, and that's not a kind of tyre preservation, try not to get penalties kind of line, is it?
It's working. I mean, he's just over a second behind us. Tom's in. But he's got a pit stop in hand. He's put a set of softs on.
He has got a free pit stop and going for a nice sprint, entertaining finish for himself. He may not... I presume he is watching for where Davidek is on track, but I'm sure he'll feel confident in the ability to sprint away from these guys.
Yeah, he's on fresh shots, and Davidek's on 8-lap-old mediums. You know, like you say, Tom just has to keep this on track now.
Yeah, and he's got that penalty. A note for our drivers here tonight on penalties: 1 penalty across our entire grid. That's
fantastic effort.
That's outstanding, isn't it?
Yep, great effort.
Especially from Gogs, who's been pointing in the wrong direction several times and hasn't managed to catch a penalty from any of them.
Yeah, and the fact Gogs is still going as well, testament to him. That's good to see. You know, Definitely. He could easily, after the second or third spin, he could have just, you know, I've had enough of this, pit lane, retire. But no, he's kept it going. He's kept the eyesore rolling, and I commend him for that.
Yes. I don't think anyone has been unkind enough to suggest that he could do us all a favour by retiring early. And Sam was certainly expecting him to be shedding parts of the car, but Dowdy got very, very close there through the castle section, has had to back off because there's just no way through here safely. He knows Monarch's going to be fighting hard for the championship points for Versace, so no good trying to go for it. Can we cut to Gogs? We'll cut to Gogs perhaps when things are a little bit less poised for an overtake. But put your sunglasses on if we get if we do go to Gogs. Here comes Davidek though down the back straight. The main start-finish straight, which starts with, oh, look at the speed difference. It's not much. Monarch is going defensive. Davidek in the braking zone.
He's got the job done.
He has got it done. So Davidek into P2 from last position on the grid. Now it's just a case of keeping those tyres alive. It looks Monarch is probably going to have a similar struggle to Davidek, I think, on tyres to get them to the end.
Yeah, I think that Monarch could pit if he really wanted to. He's got a big gap, as we see Pricey.
Yeah.
On the back of Snarf into turn 1 as he's just set fastest lap. Snarf defends. It was
that's
a late
move,
cover.
Wasn't it?
That was a late move, but Pricey's still hanging in there going into turn 2. He's up the inside. Oh, bit of contact, and yep, he's got the job done.
That was definite. That was a definite kind of expression of displeasure. His steering right into a left-handed corner there, wasn't it, from Pricey? But job done.
Hanging around.
Has Monarch stayed with him?
Hanging around.
Okay.
He's just lost a couple tenths coming through Castle, so I think best bet for Monarch now is to just keep it on track, same as Davidek. You know, bring home the P3. Should be enough for P2 for Versace in the Constructors' Championship.
As things stand, yeah, with Snarf down in P7, you would fancy that will be enough for Versace to hold on to P2. Davidek is, Pricey looking really, really rapid, but caught behind Frypepper here. We'll see if he takes the same sort of lines through the corners as Davidek has been enjoying. Not quite as much. No. But no one's been able to sort of study Davidek very much tonight because he's just been that quick. Here he goes, out of the final corner. Will he get it done before he unlocks DRS? Yes, he will. Completely round.
Nearly lost it coming through
not
there,
the first time we've seen Pricey throw the car around. It's a very strange place to pass because here comes Frypepper with DRS.
Yep, that's it. That's it. You try and get the move done early and you give your opponent DRS, which he has done, and lost the position.
It's very interesting. Unless Pricey is planning to try and make it work out of 2, I'm sure he'll give it a go.
He's right on the back of him. He's in the gearbox. He should get this done, really. We've got DRS here. Looks like he's making a move down into 2. Looks like he's passed.
Certainly using the overtake button as well.
Absolutely. And that's job done. So, can he now break Fry Pepper's DRS before the time we get round to the main straight, as Josh has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Interesting.
That's an unfortunate one. This must be for softs for a fastest lap attempt, right? Yeah, yes it is.
There you go. There's a nice short spell with Gogs on board. Lightning wants to see this livery, and yeah, we did warn you. Don't say we didn't warn you. And if we didn't warn you, that front end plate pattern is giving you all the warning you need. It's no surprise that Gogs has been struggling to keep this on the island tonight. Yeah, choices were made. I think by the look of it, his race suit is pretty horrendous as well. Normally for me, Price's race suits are the vomit-inducing choices, but that one looks psychedelic. So,
speaking of Pricey, he's closed right into the back of Branch. He's within 4/10s coming down the main straight.
Thank you for the excuse to turn away from Gogs, and we will see if Pricey can get hold of Branch and try and head further up the grid for BMW Sauber. Branch is going to be desperate for this 4th place finish for Moving Chicane Motorsport. Can he hang on long enough? I don't think he can, because those soft tyres won't be aging anywhere near as much as his mediums are.
Both burnt the ERS. Both drivers can practice. Price going to lunge into turn 3. He is. He's going to defend.
Oh, a little bit of a rude move there. Branch is going to keep fighting this one. Feed him into the corner. If anything, Branch was slightly hesitant to really do the job on Pricey.
There we go. Yeah, Pricey's passed. He's now got the job done.
Perhaps just easing off the killer instinct from Branch. Didn't want to end both of their races, but just rubs the wall on the way out, just to add insult to injury.
Oh, he's hit the wall. Branch is in the wall. Oh my God, there's a pile up. What's going on here?
Yeah, stripped the whole front wing off.
Oh my word.
He rubbed the wall on the way out, just prior to the castle section, and I presume he's going to struggle to get this car round. He's hit a wall again. I think he's really going to struggle to get this one home.
I think Fry Pepper's probably got wing damage as well. Yeah, yes he does. They're both going to have to pit. Oh my word, they're both wide through turn 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I wonder if Fry and Snarf both sort of concertinaed up through the castle section and ended up hitting each other, or Branch. I think Branch just clattered the wall again. He's going to be grateful that we're on reduced damage tonight, because
he'd have been out of the race by now.
Yeah. See him enter the pits if he can get through that pit lane entry wall.
Well, Fry stayed out. He's going to try and complete the last lap with no end plates and a very damaged wing. But we have Tom, who's driven an impeccable race tonight, coming through. I'm going to have to learn that line.
I was going to say, I bet you're making notes, aren't you?
I am watching this, but right, I'm going to try that.
The end of the race has absolutely snuck up on us, hasn't it? And
absolutely.
Yeah, Tom really has been in another class tonight.
Absolutely, he's been brilliant tonight. He's had, as soon as he got through turn 1 first, I think he was pretty much job done. They're going to be celebrating already coming down the straight.
He is. He's got to be careful, but he doesn't want to completely lose the car. Tom, it looks like, is going to take the win in Azerbaijan for Cyan Racing, and we think at this stage that is championship victory for the Drivers' Championship as well in Formula C. So hats off to Tom. What a drive tonight.
Absolutely, congratulations, Tom.
And if you finished a race 17, 20 maybe seconds ahead of Dawadek, I think you can be pretty pleased with yourself. Dawadek in second place with a penalty, but Monarch not close enough behind, I don't think, to grab that second place. Monarch on the podium for Team Versace, so we'll get to see the race suit and helmet.
GG Monarch.
As well. Pricey, no ERS left. Probably no tyres, fuel light flashing, everything spent. Pricey up to P4 in the soft tyres. So great result from Pricey. Snarf for Team Cyan Racing. It was looking a little bit dodgy for Snarf. And smashes the car to absolute pieces across the line. For for Team Cyan in 5th. It was looking like a bad race for him, but he's got it finished. Fry Pepper gets 6th place. Branch, I think, is going to come through here, having changed his front wing at least once tonight. It's a miracle the mechanics managed to get that fixed back on after the bolts would have taken quite the knock.
As Josh comes across the finish line sideways, full 360. Loving it.
Excellent stuff. Dawidek gets driver of the day. No surprise when you start at the back and you gain all those places. It seems to be the way the algorithm works. And that is BMW Sauber, our champions. And here's your podium with Tom. Look at our professional racing drivers with their matching racing suits and caps. That's what we like to see. Although why they're not wearing Pirelli caps, that's an interesting question to ask. But it's champagne time for Tom and Dawidek. And there's Monarch. I'm sure you're happy with that result for Monarch tonight. Wait, see.
Absolutely. That's. I think when looking back on it, I'll say that's probably the best that could have been done. But it's a good, solid result for the team, which should have secured P2 in the championship. So yeah, GG to Versace.
Brilliant stuff. Take us through the finishing order, would you?
Absolutely, not a problem. So P1 we have Tom, qualied on pole, finished P1. Absolutely dominant performance today. Dawidek, great drive from the back of the grid, finished P2. Monarch P3, Pricey in P4, Snaf P5, Fry P6, Branch P7, Josh P8, and Gogs P9, last of the runners, and then Alankavas P10, and Ivan bringing up the rear in P11.
Fantastic. Well, we'll try and get hold of our podium positions to try and invite them into the press conference. If any of them fail to make it, I wouldn't mind speaking to Branch as well, because that was a dramatic race and it looks so close to get 4th or 5th place tonight. But we will see if we can get hold of Tom, of Dawidek, and of Monarch. I don't think we've talked to Monarch before on press conference, so that would be pretty cool. I'd love to talk to Tom about taking the Drivers' Championship, as well as how his race went tonight. But it looks like we're joined by Dawidek.
Yo, how's it going?
Hey, man. That looked like you were having fun out there tonight.
I mean, yeah, I was trying to, because I actually have not really played this game in 2 weeks' time, and today I just got my new wheel. So I actually got about 40 minutes of practice before the race. So yeah, it was a bit difficult.
It looked like a Thrustmaster, did I see on the?
Yeah, it was.
Tasty stuff. So I presume you're going to need some setup time, but you've gone last to 2nd place tonight on a brand new control.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Grid was, it was a bit small, P11 to P2 is not that good. But yeah, last race of the season, obviously the interest is going to drop.
Yeah, well, we've really enjoyed watching Team BMW Sauber take the title this week. I mean, you could have made it a little bit easier for the rest of the field.
True.
Were you tracking Price's race at all?
Yeah, we were in the party.
How did you manage to focus with Pricey at a party? Because it looked like he was having drama up and down the race tonight.
Nah, for the most part, he was actually calm which is a surprise.
That's unpricey-like.
But I think there was just no pressure, because I think before this race we pretty much had it won. So there was just no pressure, so I guess that's why maybe.
Yeah, he looked like he was going for a glory run and did a soft tyre stint at the end there. But no one was touching Tom. I was really surprised because Tom managed to get fastest lap as well.
Yeah, as soon as he pitted on the soft, I was like, yeah, he's going to rob the fastest lap. But yeah, he was really fast today.
Excellent. Well, speaking of Tom, I think Tom's just joined us. Tom, congratulations. As far as we can make it, that looks like you've taken the Drivers' Championship.
It looks like time to get the champagne out.
I'd say so. Cracking race tonight. You didn't give anybody else a chance.
No, I mean, I saw Davidek was praising, so I was thinking, well, this is going to be quite difficult. This is really fast around here. But then he did a last to first challenge, I think, so I didn't really see him the entire race. I even had the chance to go for the fastest lap, so I figured I might as well do that. And
How did you get fastest lap on those tyres tonight?
I pitted to the softs and.
Oh, of course, you got your
5
free
laps
pit stop,
to-
didn't you, at the end? Yeah.
Yeah. Because Davidek and Frizy both pitted to the mediums at some point, and I didn't really know why, but
I hit the wall twice.
that explains it.
Yeah. Not to take anything away from your victory tonight, Tom, of course, but Davidek, hit the wall
I
twice
was probably
and
not,
has had
I was
20
not,
minutes
I was
practice
not
with the new
catching you.
controller.
I think we were still quite equal on pace though, because I think I had the pace on you on my hards when you were medium started.
Yeah, definitely. Your pace on the hards today was really strong. I was surprised.
Yeah, I really like them around here. Really stable.
I think you did tell us, Tom, didn't you, that you were looking forward to this race?
Yeah, it's one of my best tracks.
Excellent.
I need to take lessons from you then, because I hate this track.
Yeah, Waitsy was watching you and Dawadek through Sector 2, and certainly learning some lessons on creative lines across apexes, shall we say?
Yeah. You have to be really creative, especially with the one you can jump completely. It's quite
absolutely.
dodgy, because if you hit it at the wrong angle, you just go flying into the wall. So you have to get it right. But once you do, it's like 3 or 4 tenths a lap.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll be watching the stream back and taking notes.
Any questions from you, Waitsy? And let us know if you've managed to get hold of Monarch.
Monarch is in here as well.
Oh, brilliant.
But really, there's not much a question for me. Just commending the great drives from Tom and Davidek. I mean, like you say, Tom just led it from the front. He had pace on any tyre. You know, I think he'd have comfortably won the race, regardless really of what happened tonight. But again, Davidek coming through from the back. What was your tyre percentage on at the end, by the way?
My tyre indicator came on the last lap, so I guess I was somewhere around 60.
Oh, that's not so bad, because you did a reasonably early stop on your first set of mediums.
Yeah, that's because I had like the slightest damage ever, but
Right.
I couldn't change my indicator thing, so they didn't change my wing. So I was a bit angry, and then as soon as I came out the pits, I almost spun, hit the wall, and damaged my other end plate. So I was like, whoa.
Oh, man.
So I did one lap, trying to keep it going. I was about the same pace as Pricey, so I was like, yeah, I'll keep going. And then the turn you have to like properly jump the curb. Wow,
Yeah.
I messed that up, totally cluttered the wall, and then boom, I had to pit again.
Oh, that's a shame, man. But no, it was a great way to get those tyres to the end, because you were quick and you managed to keep the life in them.
Yeah,
And,
cheers.
and Tom, you felt you left something out there in qualifying as well. Did you brush the wall in the castle section on your pole position time?
Yeah. No, it was on my last run, which was 1 tenth slower than my pole position time.
Yeah.
I was about 3 tenths up, and I thought it was only my side hitting the castle section, and I think my right front wing just slightly brushed it. And the corners here are quite tight, so you definitely need that front wing. And I just didn't have the time anymore after that. But I really feel like I could have been faster, but that's been the entire story this season. My qualifying just isn't that good compared to my race.
Yeah, it was good enough though. It was good enough. Will we be seeing you taking the battle to Dawadek in the divisional championships in next season?
I hope so. It depends on what day and what time it is in the end, because some other things might come up. But I have registered, and I'm excited to see if I can make it. Because if I can,
Fantastic.
I definitely will be.
Yeah, I really I can't wait to see the likes of you, Julian, Shender, Dawadek all fighting it out, especially when we press reset with a new game as well. I think Storm was predicting Dawadek a 36.9 for you if you did go attempt quali.
I mean, nah, not today. I did one quali sash, and I did a 0.6, 0.7, but like I don't think I could have went much faster than that today, personally. But
Okay.
36 is possible for me in qualifying most of the time.
Awesome.
But I am a bit of a qualifying merchant, so
Well, I want to make sure we speak to our third place, and I think first time I've spoken to Monarch. Monarch, congratulations,
First
getting
time?
Team Versace to the podium tonight.
Yeah, pretty happy with the podium. Started with practice about 15 minutes before the qualifying, so I take it.
Definitely. Did you find out what happened to Bruder tonight?
I think he's drunk now. wasn't that great with Germany against England today.
I don't think Waitsy warned me not to bring that up, so I'm not going to talk about that with you. Commiserations. But a cracking drive. It looked like you had quite a few dramatic moments out there today.
Yeah, I think so too. Don't know what happened at the start. Don't know, but somebody said something in the paddock chat branch. Don't know what he's talking about, but
Not sure.
yeah, but
Yeah, we didn't catch that. All we saw was Fry Pepper jump the start and Snarf do the opposite, really, and head
I don't know
backwards.
if you've
So
had a look at the constructors yet, but it's actually really close between us, Cyan, and Versace. And it's come down to 2 points, with Versace actually taking second place over Cyan Racing.
nice.
so that must be pretty
Very
satisfying
close.
for you, Monarch. Yeah.
Wait till we did it.
Yeah, that's a good result for us, man.
Well, he was cheering you on all the way, and yeah, we
that's
really,
nice.
really enjoyed watching your race.
definitely.
How did you feel about qualifying tonight?
Qualifying, I fucked up all my laps. I had to take the first one, so
Yep.
wasn't that great. Setup was kind of best.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we were watching your race carefully, obviously because Waitsy was here in the commentary box cheering you on. Though I think he was wishing he was out there when Bruder didn't show. But you started off, Waitsy, thinking you were glad not to be racing in Azerbaijan tonight.
Oh, like I say, Azerbaijan's my second worst track. Like I say, if we think a few people tonight were hitting the wall, changing the wings, I'd have been great entertainment to watch. I'd have been in the pits maybe 4 or 5 times. But yeah, I was much referring to obviously commentate on the race tonight, and really glad about the opportunity to rather than race it. But you know, Monarch managed to bring it home. We got P2 in the constructors, so you know it's a great day for us.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Monarch, tell us who was the designer for Team Versace?
So it was me.
It was
I
you.
think you already asked me that.
Yeah, I wanted to just confirm that, but a great job. What you did in one attempt, several teams haven't been able to do with multiple attempts. So congratulations, and we always like to see on the podium tonight all the drivers wearing matching race gear. They had matching gloves, often matching helmets. Very cool, very stylish. Exactly what we want to see. Well, hopefully we will see Formula C resume again, and we will see all of these drivers in our divisional section into the next season that we're just sort of plotting and scheming about right now. Make sure, if you're watching the stream and you haven't given us your availability and your preferences, make sure you get on with that and join us on Thursday night. It's not too late to sign up for a showdown event, a special exhibition event this Thursday at 6 p.m. UK time. We're going to try something a little bit different for our drivers in the middle of in between seasons, and depending on whether we can encourage people to stop watching football, we will try and do some more events as well. But it is holiday season, and it is drinking outside instead of sitting staring at a screen kind of weather. So we look forward to catching everybody at the next race day, which is, as I say, this Thursday, 6 p.m. UK. And thank you to everyone who's taken part in the press conference, and thank you, Waitsy. Any final thoughts from you tonight?
Not particularly, man. Like I say, it was a good way to finish off Formula C. Some great racing, actually quite an incident-packed race with 11 drivers. and just hope that everyone comes back, re-signs up for next season. You know, the racing's only going to get better and better, so get yourselves signed up, get yourselves watching. You know, Celeritas is on the up.
Yeah, please like and subscribe the channel. Make sure that you've shared it with friends, especially if you've got on the podium. Always good to show off to your mates and share the channel. I think we're delivering some pretty cool content, and I hope that we can entertain everybody. That's what we're here to do. Well, thanks everyone, and we will catch you all on the next race day.